Have you ever wondered why we fear certain things? Why do some people feel a sudden rush of anxiety at the sight of a spider, while others might tremble at the thought of speaking in front of a crowd? Welcome to Perenwara, where we uncover the strange and bizarre world of phobias. Whether it's uncovering the origins of our fears, understanding the quirks of the human mind, or diving into intriguing psychological phenomena, we're here to satisfy your curiosity and expand your knowledge. Today, we're delving into the fascinating science of phobias to uncover why these intense fears exist and how they shape our lives. From the brain's inner workings to the influence of evolution and personal experiences, we're going on a journey to understand why we fear certain things. Let's begin. Phobias are more than just simple fears. While fear is a natural response to a perceived threat, a phobia is an irrational and excessive fear that can disrupt daily life. The difference lies in the intensity and the inability to rationalize the fear. For example, feeling uneasy around snakes is normal, but someone with ophidiophobia, the fear of snakes, might experience a full-blown panic attack at the mere mention of one, even in a completely safe environment. This distinction is key to understanding the nature of phobias. So, what's happening in the brain when a phobia takes hold? It all starts with the amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure in the brain's limbic system. The amygdala is responsible for processing emotions, particularly fear. When faced with a potential threat, the amygdala sends signals to other parts of the brain, triggering a fight-or-flight response. This response prepares your body to either confront the danger or escape from it. But in the case of a phobia, the amygdala overreacts, perceiving something harmless as a significant threat. This misfiring creates the overwhelming fear response associated with phobias. Let's break it down further. Imagine you have a fear of heights, also known as agoraphobia. When you're standing on a high ledge or even watching a video of someone at a great height, your amygdala becomes hyperactive. It might signal your body to release stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, causing your heart to race, your palms to sweat, and your breathing to quicken. This physiological reaction reinforces the fear, making it feel even more real and inescapable. Over time, the brain forms a strong association between the fear stimulus and the physical reaction, solidifying the phobia. But where do phobias come from? The roots of phobias are often a mix of biology, psychology, and life experiences. One major factor is evolution. Many common phobias, like the fear of spiders, arachnophobia, or snakes, are thought to have evolutionary origins. In ancient times, these creatures posed genuine threats to human survival. Those who developed a healthy fear of venomous animals were more likely to avoid danger and pass on their genes. Even though most of us no longer encounter deadly spiders or snakes in our daily lives, the evolutionary wiring remains. Another contributing factor is personal experience. A traumatic event can leave a lasting impression on the brain, especially if it occurs during childhood. For instance, someone who was bitten by a dog as a child might develop cynophobia, the fear of dogs. The brain links the traumatic event with the object of fear, creating a powerful association that can be difficult to break. Even a single frightening encounter can be enough to trigger a lifelong phobia. Phobias can also be learned from others. This is known as vicarious conditioning. If a child sees a parent reacting fearfully to something, like thunderstorms or heights, they might internalize that fear and develop a phobia themselves. Social and cultural factors play a role as well. For example, in some cultures, certain animals or objects are considered omens of bad luck or danger, which can contribute to specific fears. It's important to note that not all phobias are rooted in direct experiences or evolution. Some seem to arise spontaneously, without a clear cause. These are known as idiopathic phobias, and they highlight how complex and mysterious the human brain can be. Now, let's talk about the different types of phobias. Experts generally classify phobias into three main categories: specific phobias, social phobia, and agoraphobia. Specific phobias are the most common and involve intense fear of a particular object or situation, such as flying, heights, or certain animals. Social phobia, also known as social anxiety disorder, is the fear of being judged or embarrassed in social situations. Finally, agoraphobia is the fear of being in situations where escape might be difficult, such as crowded places or open spaces. Each type of phobia has its own unique triggers and challenges, but they all share the common thread of irrational fear. Let's expand on social phobia, as it's one of the most misunderstood forms. Social phobia isn't just about feeling shy. It's a deep, pervasive fear that can affect someone's ability to perform everyday tasks like ordering food at a restaurant or making small talk at a gathering. This fear often stems from a heightened sensitivity to judgment or rejection. Studies suggest that social phobia may be linked to an overactive amygdala, much like other phobias, but it can also be influenced by cultural and societal expectations. For instance, growing up in an environment that places heavy emphasis on perfection or criticism can increase the likelihood of developing social phobia. Agoraphobia, on the other hand, often ties closely to panic disorder. Someone with agoraphobia may fear being in situations where they might experience a panic attack and feel unable to escape or get help. This fear can lead to significant life disruptions, sometimes even confining a person to their home. The intertwining of panic disorder and agoraphobia highlights how phobias can be part of a larger web of mental health challenges. So, how are phobias treated? The good news is that phobias are highly treatable, and many people experience significant relief with the right approach. One of the most effective treatments is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. This type of therapy helps individuals identify and challenge the negative thought patterns that fuel their fear. Exposure therapy, a subset of CBT, involves gradually and systematically exposing someone to their fear in a controlled and safe environment. For example, someone with a fear of flying might start by looking at pictures of airplanes, then progress to visiting an airport, and eventually take a short flight. Over time, this process helps desensitize the person to their fear and build confidence. In some cases, medication can also be helpful. Anti-anxiety medications or antidepressants may be prescribed to manage the symptoms of phobias, particularly if they're severe and interfere with daily life. However, medication is often used in conjunction with therapy rather than as a standalone treatment. Another promising area of research is virtual reality therapy. This innovative approach uses VR technology to simulate fear-inducing situations in a controlled setting. For example, Someone with a fear of public speaking might practice giving a speech in front of a virtual audience. VR therapy allows individuals to confront their fears in a realistic yet safe environment, making it a valuable tool for treating phobias. Let's not forget the importance of self-help strategies in managing phobias. Simple techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and progressive muscle relaxation can help reduce the immediate physical symptoms of fear. Joining a support group or connecting with others who share similar experiences can also provide a sense of community and understanding. These strategies may not replace professional treatment, but they can be powerful tools in a broader recovery plan. While phobias can be challenging, it's important to remember that they're a natural part of being human. Fear is our brain's way of protecting us from danger, even if it sometimes overreacts. By understanding the science behind phobias, we can take steps to manage them and, in many cases, overcome them entirely. In conclusion, phobias are a complex interplay of biology, psychology, and experience. They remind us of our evolutionary past, shape our present behaviors, and offer insights into the workings of the human mind. Whether you're dealing with a phobia yourself or simply curious about the science behind fear, understanding these intense fears is the first step toward demystifying them. So the next time you feel a twinge of fear, remember, it's just your brain doing its job, even if it's a little overzealous.